Lakeside Dental Clinic, Go Island, is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic.
It is officially pumpkin season. We're here today in the Tigh-na-mara kitchen, and we're going to share some ideas with you how you can get the most flavor out of the season. Concerned citizens want potential changes in their neighborhood off the table. Are we ready for the big one? And inside energy with Go Higher. Chef Eric Edwards always has some inspirational ideas, a whole lot of creativity, and a whole lot of flavor to share with us. It's pumpkin season, and it's all about pumpkins today.
Well, it's about pumpkins, but we're going to take the pumpkin pie and do something a little bit more fun. So pumpkin pie, great.
And Todd's behind the camera going, but I love pumpkin pie.
We're going to do other flavors with pumpkin. We're going to maybe stuff pumpkins, or you might put some soup in a pumpkin.
Okay.
We're going to roast pumpkin. We're going to put pumpkin and bacon together, which is always fun with Brussels sprouts. You have to eat your Brussels sprouts.
Okay, and it's all about what you put it with and how you flavor your Brussels sprouts, because people don't like them.
Well, you have a little bit of maple syrup, goes wonders. Maple is a flavor, maple and thyme and orange and all those flavors, all your cinnamon, your nutmeg.
And the color.
And then you've got like a roast chicken. We're going to do something with the roast chicken.
Okay.
And then we're going to do a pumpkin based, which is fun.
And I love the colors. I mean, the orange and the burgundy red of the
fresh
cranberries. Oh.
BC has more cranberries than anywhere else in the world. Fraser Valley.
Very healthy for you too.
Yeah. And then on this end, I've got something else we're going to take with pumpkin, put it with some pear, make a little chutney.
And we're spreading out today. What have you got over there?
And then the big surprise is everybody loves pumpkins. Everybody loves waffles. I'm going to do a pumpkin waffle.
Awesome. Okay, tons of ideas. We're going to share all that with you today and how you can incorporate some of this into your fall menu at home. They've also got a great brunch coming up here on Thanksgiving Sunday at the Tigh-na-mara. I'm going to throw things over now to a group of people that I spent some time with in Nanaimo recently. They're pretty concerned about some proposed changes to their neighborhood. You're watching Go Island, and when it comes to getting pumpkins on your menu, the best place to start is breakfast.
Why not? Let's start with the breakfast.
What have you got?
Take your standard pumpkin, your standard waffle mix, and you're gonna add a little pumpkin puree to it. So you've got we've taken our mini pumpkins, waffles, or you could take a big one and cut it down, and this is how do you plate it, right? So you get your nice little fancy plate. It can be a white plate, it can be whatever you have at home.
An orange plate,
even orange.
Bit of leaves on there, some pumpkin leaves.
So I've just taken a little bit of cream cheese, add a little bit of maple syrup and ginger to it.
Okay.
Okay, so you just take your different flavors.
Cream cheese, maple syrup, and ginger.
Yep.
And now when you say your average waffle mix, you're probably not talking out of the box, Betty Crocker. Okay,
you could take your brand name, add a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, a little bit of ginger to it. You're gonna give it a little bit of spice, a little bit of heat.
Okay.
That, and then you would put your little puree with there, and you're gonna have beautiful colors.
Okay.
Right? You're gonna take a little bit of your cream cheese over top again.
You make it look so easy.
But it's fun.
That's why you're the pro. That's why we're here getting some tips. Now, what is this?
So I've taken a local pear, just roasted it through, and then you just put that on. You've got a little bit of ginger in here too, and you're layering flavors.
It's very healthy for you too. A lot of this stuff, the pumpkin and the cranberries.
Some fresh cranberries, a little bit of sugar, and just caramelize them through.
Look like a pro, and it's not that difficult. You make it so easy.
And it looks great.
And it looks fabulous.
And it'll taste wonderful.
And we're working on smell-o-vision because it also smells wonderful.
That's the turkey stock behind you.
Oh, the turkey stock. And this will be used here in the restaurant over the course of the next little while. Fabulous. Okay, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with more items of fall for your menu. Still to come today, a simulated disaster practice for the big one and a look inside BC's energy industry. Some brie cheese, one of the 3 or 4 B's going into a salad. What else have we got?
We've got a little bit of bacon. We've got some Brussels sprouts, everybody's favorite.
Now you get everybody sold on the bacon, and then you throw in the Brussels sprouts, and you're confusing our palates here, no?
Well, the idea is that pumpkin can be savory or sweet. The dreaded pumpkin pie, or you take it and you do the waffle, and now we're going to add it to be a savory.
Okay.
And so we're going to put some flavors in there. So you've got your bacon, you've got your brie. You skin your pumpkin, you roast it off. You've got some Brussels sprouts that you've just roasted, so you're not going to kill it, right?
So they're still firm.
Yeah, they're just firm. You take your vinaigrette you're going to use. I've taken a ginger and cumin. You want to splash a little bit on there just to give it some flavor, and then that's the smell-o-vision, right? You're going to warm it up slightly. When you warm it up, it's going to take all these flavors are going to come together.
I'm trying to get into your mind because you are an artist and a creator, and you've been cooking for decades, I'll say. And you were saying it all builds on each other. How do you?
It's just what you've learned in the past and what you read, and it just comes together. And then you can build something in your head just to add different flavors.
And do you spend time experimenting, going, I think it'll taste good, but let me try it and see if it's actually
going to work? And it's also taste, but you can build a menu in your head. You know what it's going to taste like before you get there.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, take your vinaigrette. We're going to toss that. So any kind of greens you've got, local greens, you're going to fire that on your lovely plate. It can be anything. You don't have to spend a lot of money for entertaining, just some different colors. One
of the things I've noticed you do in previous visits that we've had is you serve it right up on a cutting board.
Well, you serve it in a cutting board, and it's just great flavors, right?
Oh, that looks so good.
So from that, you're going to add your little bit of brie, right? And then if you want just for color, because everything has to have color, right? Hit it with a little cranberries. Cranberries are going to give that really tart flavor. You've got the creaminess of the brie. It all comes together.
Okay. So we've been talking about using pumpkins as an ingredient in particular dishes, but you can also use pumpkins as the serving method, as the platter, so to speak.
Why not? Let's take your favorite dip. So your family recipe, you've got a crab dip. So you take your crab dip, it's full. So you take your trusty cutting board. You take your crab dip, you bake you warm up your crab dip in your little pumpkin.
Oh, so you put the pumpkin right in the oven and cook it right in there.
Right through.
And I guess you could use a cold one too. If you're having a cold veggie plate, you could just put a cold one in there.
That goes through. You take a nice baguette. That goes on your board. That comes through. A couple of sea crackers are fun, right? And then you can get really into it. It depends on how you want to get it. You've got different people. You can take the different things you add in there, your thyme, your so on. And once again, if you want color, a little cranberries do it too.
And the presentation is big. Right. Presentation is huge.
So you take that out to your family, and you've already made a harvest theme by just doing something like that. You've taken it from a glass to like a nice bowl.
Excellent. Okay, we're going to come back. We're going to look at a main dish.
A main dish.
I think a main chicken dish. In the meantime, if the big one when the big one hits here on Central Vancouver Island, are we ready? Well, Todd Jones recently had an opportunity to participate in a simulation exercise. Here's Todd. And in the end, Todd saved himself and his arm grew back. He's kind of fabulously resilient that way, and it's a good thing because we need him behind the camera today. You can't do that with just one arm.
No, you need two arms.
You need two arms, and you're not going to cut any of your limbs off with the. But Todd would know what to do if something happened by the looks of things. So soup, pumpkin soup. It's pretty classic this time of year.
Yep, pumpkin soup. So you've taken your fall flavors, your squash, your pumpkin, and you put it in a nice bowl.
Oh, it
And you
smells.
might even garnish it.
I can smell it.
But then.
And what is that? Just sour cream?
A little bit of sour cream. There you go. That's your pumpkin soup. Or.
Now, is it really that easy?
It is.
How long did it take you to make that? Is it something you started?
About an hour.
Okay.
And the different flavors. I've got some squash in there. The pumpkin, of course, is pumpkin theme. You've got your flavors, your cinnamon, your nutmeg. You just build on your flavors, right? Okay. And they're earthy flavors. You could make it's vegetarian. You could add chicken stock to it.
Okay.
You could take that and add. You could turn that into a stew and add some roasted turkey. We're also in that week too.
It's all here, whether we want it to be or not, but it's fabulous.
You could take a little bit of puree of cranberries and add that to the top. Give it that little bit of a sweetness to it.
Right.
That because squash can go sweet, it can go savory. You can encompass lots of different fruits in there. Your pear, apple.
Okay, it looks fabulous like this, but you've got another method.
Why not just add it carefully, and then you're going to take it, out for maybe you're going to do that harvest dinner with that.
I'm thinking I haven't been able to get my kids to eat very much soup. They're just at that young age where soup is yucky. Same with Todd, actually, now that I mention it, is not a big soup fan. But if it's served to you in a pumpkin, maybe they would eat it.
And it's fun, right?
It's tons of fun.
You
could paint a little jack-o'-lantern face on it and make it kid-friendly.
Put different names. The kids can put their own names on there, right? And then you serve that in a little board. You have to garnish it with a little bit of herbs, of course.
How fun is that?
You put your little crackers on there.
Eating your soup out of a pumpkin.
That's fun.
Awesome. My kids will experience that this year for sure. We're going to be back with the main course after a short break. We're talking main course?
Main course.
And it's not turkey.
No, we're going to take a chicken breast.
Okay.
You make it the flavors. So we go with the chicken, which isn't a B, but it's a C. But we're going to add bacon to it, which is a B. So that's important, right? So we've taken a chicken breast, we've roasted it off, and there's your breast with bacon.
Okay, and you just wrapped it up
Just
and then
wrapped
you
it
cooked
up,
it in the
roast
oven?
it, and it's that simple. You could take it and stuff it, you could do whatever, but this is fairly easy to do, and that goes with this harvest dinner.
It's a great idea because a whole turkey and all that work.
It's a lot of work.
I don't know if people, turkey, chicken, maybe you're only having 3 people, 2 people
And you
for
could
dinner.
do it this way.
Do something like this.
So you've taken your pumpkin puree, add a little chicken stock to it,
Okay.
a little bit of butter to it, and that's how you could tell there's butter because you get that rich color, the rich theme.
Okay.
Right? We're just going to plate that through and do a technical smear. So now you've got your little Thumbelina carrots, which is kind of fallish, roasted those with the Brussels sprouts.
Those are for you, Todd. Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. So you go, there's a few, that one's for you. There you go.
What do you think about Brussels sprouts and vinegar?
You could do that. Yeah. You could do
Wouldn't really go with these flavors, maybe? No, okay. That's the only way I know how to serve them before.
So with the flavors too, like a roasted pecan can go on top. But the beautiful one is a lovely chutney. Took an apple cider vinegar. I reduced down that with some brown sugar, some fresh pears, and fresh pumpkin. And you reduced it down with a little fresh ginger, and that's what you've got, a lovely chutney. So then you've got basically your sauce to go on top of your chutney, your chicken breast.
That looks, smells, and will no doubt taste.
It tastes great.
Absolutely.
Lots of bees, lots of bacon.
Bees, bacon, flavors,
Pecans.
layering,
Yep.
presentation.
And it's all about having fun.
Thinking outside of the box while having fun with fall flavors. We're going to put it all together after we throw things over to Dunya Tozy. All of this will give you energy. She's looking at a different kind of energy. It's the energy industry in British Columbia. Flavors of the season here at Tigh-na-mara. You will find some of these items on their early harvest menu. There's a Thanksgiving brunch coming up. And how busy are you going to be on that?
Fairly busy. Everybody loves to come for brunch.
Excellent. That's on Sunday, October the 12th. And if you missed that by the time this hits the air, you should try some of this stuff at home. You make it look so easy.
It's fun. It's fun. It's just about having fun with food.
Excellent.
Right?
Thank you.
Entertaining people.
And Todd is going to have some fun now because we've been ribbing him all show about these Brussels sprouts. So Todd, this one has your name on it.
No, really?
Here we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
here
for
we
you.
go. Oh, yum.
Yum. Let's eat.
Okay, that's...
Lakeside Dental Clinic Go Island is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic, a division of the Vancouver Island Implant Center, delivering dental services, including dental implants and sedation dentistry, all under one roof. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.